All you wild dreamers out there. Did you favorite uncles back here for Cinephellas? I'm Logan Myers. It's my good mate over there.
I'm Henry Hill, and tonight we are reviewing the brand new Yorgos Lanthamos film. Again, he is working with Emma Stone. This time, the star of the film, along with Emma Stone, is Jesse Plemons. That's right, Landry from Friday Night Lights and Meth Damon from Breaking Bad. He's been in everything lately, and this really shows off his acting ability in this movie. It's called Kinds of Kindness.
Say it.
We didn't, obviously. Fuck.
I think the major thing that this movie misses is kindness. I don't think there's really any kindness throughout this movie, which is pretty funny. The setup of the film, there's like three stories. We have all the core actors here, actresses playing different characters, and the stories kind of intertwine. It's a very long movie. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes, which I didn't know going into it. I thought it'd be a 2 hours, 2 hour mark, but I'm like, oh, okay, there's an entirely different story at the end. But three stories. The first one having to do with Jesse Plemons, my man, Jesse Plemons, blowing up, showing up in a lot of movies, TV shows, worked with every big name director out there. But he plays Robert in the first story, a really awkward guy working for this boss, played by Willem Dafoe, doing some really bad stuff. He's married, and the story unfolds essentially from there.
Willem Dafoe is back working with Emma Stone again. Last seen in the Poor Things movie with Emma Stone that got him all sorts of award nominations and wins, even for Emma Stone there. And he's back working with Yorgos. So Yorgos has his go-tos now, it seems, with Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe back in this role. Yeah, three different stories. It's an interesting setup here. They're each about, half hour, 45 minutes a piece. Each, different characters, like you mentioned, and each showing off Jesse Plemons with a different haircut and, different place where he was at in his weight loss journey, it seemed too. Whereas the first story, he looked pretty thin. And then you could tell the final story, he must have been shooting Civil War because he had that same kind of buzzed haircut here. But this movie really is a showcase for Jesse Plemons, and he really runs the gamut of emotions here, plays all sorts of characters here from, really lonely and miserable all the way up to like the cocky and, in control kind of character. It's really a showcase for his skills here. Emma Stone, she isn't the primary focus here. She's more of the supporting role in this, but she does play a part in each story. The two of them are really intertwined throughout these three stories here. So it would be interesting to see, how Yorgos came up with this kind of concept here. I think they called it a triptych fable, basically. And yeah, each of the three stories is like, leaves Jesse Plemons' character like with like a choice to make, like, and that's going to affect his life moving forward. The one that stood out to me the most, I think, was the second one where he was a policeman, and his wife was missing at sea, and then all of a sudden, somebody that is apparently his wife shows up at the doorstep, but there's something off about her, and the story kind of unravels from there, and it goes in some crazy places.
It gets a little sci-fi on us, and I would have to agree. That's my favorite story of the three. The second one having to do with that. First of all, why would you let your wife go on an ocean expedition without you? Like, would she go to
Right.
Cayman Islands or something? Like, why was she out there by herself?
Yeah.
And he's a cop, and he's all anxious, and he's dealing with his own stuff and mental health issues. And her returning finally and feel at home again with his wife, but like you said, something's off about her, and you find out what's going on with that throughout this story. But it was definitely, unique, and I thought it was interesting, and definitely the better of the three. And Plemons again was fantastic. I love seeing him as a main, character in a film. He's usually part of the supporting cast. This time around, it's really focused on him throughout the stories, and like you said, Emma Stone taking more of a back seat in this movie.
Yeah, Plemons is great in this. That's really what I take away from this movie. The plot, each of the stories just gets weirder and weirder. The three of them, dealing with everything from cannibalism to, basically a person with a special ability hoping to bring somebody back to life, like a spiritual leader with Willem Dafoe's character, Omi. And, it seems to be Yorgos' style he likes to, show off the main characters and put them in sexual situations. Again, we have Emma Stone here, getting nude for in the scenes here, this time with Willem Dafoe and Jesse Plemons, all three of them in the bed together. So I don't know, like, it would be interesting to see, like, how he kind of made that his stamp. But like Poor Things was a highlight of that, and then in this movie continues that from Yorgos. So you get those awkward situations, and he just goes in all different directions. It's really out there, much like Poor Things was. And this, while it was interesting, I didn't like it as much as I enjoyed Poor Things. I think, the second story, like we mentioned, was really cool. I would have liked to just see that story expanded maybe throughout one film rather than diving into three different ones. It was kind of all over the place, way too long, at almost 3 hours here. I take away from it, like I mentioned, Jesse Plemons, a great actor, and this got to showcase his skills in this. So not a movie that I was, bummed for watching, but I probably won't watch it again. But the middle story definitely stands out among the three.
Definitely ambitious, unique, and odd is the best way to describe it. Not what I was expecting, but you never know with Yorgos here. Also, this is written by the guy that did the Lobster, the A24 flick with Colin Farrell, which I could see the similarities of writing style. So those two teaming up, it's definitely a unique movie to check out on Hulu. I didn't like it as much as Poor Things either, but I appreciated it. I appreciated what they tried to do here and given Jesse Plemons, being the main character in this, giving him the spotlight for once, and I really appreciated this. All three stories have to do with RMF. I forgot to mention it's a character that shows up throughout the three stories. They're all intertwined, but the last one I didn't care for as much either, having to do with the spiritual guide. Second one being my favorite. The first one is pretty good too. But overall, it's interesting. It's a decent watch, not terrible, not great, just okay, and 45 minutes too long. So that being said, I'm gonna give Kinds of Kindness, currently streaming on Hulu, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 Willem Dafoe hair pieces.
Willem Dafoe is awesome too. He does roles like these nowadays, and they're always interesting, always out there, and he tries different things every time, and I really appreciate that. And him and Yorgos always, make interesting films together. So hopefully they continue the team here. Hopefully Jesse Plemons will get to work with him again too, because he really did get to showcase his acting. And Emma Stone, too. It's really revitalized her career, working with this director with a unique vision and ambitious movies. So kudos to everybody involved here. Just didn't care for it as much as I wanted to. But definitely check it out anyway. It's now streaming on Hulu. So with that being said, I too am going to give Kinds of Kindness a 3 out of 5 Jesse Plemons hair pieces.
I want to hear from all you wild aliens out there. What did you like about Kinds of Kindness? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild uncles on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
And that was old Aunt Margaret Qualley there, another young up-and-coming actress who's, had a lot of work the past decade here. Her mom, Andie MacDowell. So it's pretty cool seeing these actresses and actors, take the lead for their parents back in the day, and now they've grabbed the torch and they're running with it and doing interesting projects. There's a lot of younger actors in Hollywood whose parents were actors too, so that's interesting. And she was good in this as well, in that last story especially. So we want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you guys thought of the movie. Thank you for watching our review of Kinds of Kindness, and until the next Cinephellas movie review, I'm Uncle Henry Hill, and that's my good mate over there,
Jesse Plemons, signing out until the next.
See you, Jesse.
Movie review. Cheers!
Cheers!